Welcome back, everybody, to Warriors of the Rainbow Spiritual Guidance YouTube channel. As always, my name is Jason and I will be your guide. Thank you guys for being on this journey with me. I appreciate all of you, all the love, support, the likes, the comments, the shares, the subscriptions, the donations, the private readings, everything. Thank you guys. I truly, truly appreciate all of you. And I mean that. If you're new, welcome to the Soul Tribe. No matter how or when you find this reading, it is not by chance. You're meant to be here, okay? These are timeless readings. So when you find this reading, you are meant to find it. There's something in here that is happening that I'll touch on that's happening now or about to happen. Could be a seed that, I plant that, doesn't manifest or doesn't show itself till later on. Some of it could be for you. Part of it could be for you. All of it could be for you. None of it could be for you. You'll have to use your discernment when it comes to what is and what's not. Also, remember, energies can be reversed. I channel energy, so I could be talking about you, really mean someone else around you, or vice versa. You have to use your own intuition. Okay? Just leave what's not for you and take what is. If I do resonate with you and you'd like to book a private session with Spirit and I, go ahead and email me. It's in the description box. I have many options when it comes to financial, when it comes to private reading. So if it's something you'd like to invest in, because I say it is investing, because I will tap in and tell you certain things. It's not me, it's Spirit through me, okay? Go ahead and email me if that's something you'd like. Also, if you'd like to donate to the channel, thank you guys. Every bit counts. $5, $10, $20. It shows me appreciation, equal give and take, and I really, truly appreciate it. I have bills and life to live too, okay? So thank you guys. I appreciate you all. Let's get into this reading. So, intuitively, what I've been picking up on is about perception and how for the last few days I've been shown about the ego, and what I've been shown too is about Libra and about balancing, right? The balance of the feminine and masculine energy, or the ego in the spiritual mind, or the intellect in the spiritual mind, right? So the perception of what you're looking at the world, the lens of perception that you're looking through the world in will always be what you manifest. The Lord's Prayer is showing you exactly that. The Our Father, which is your awareness of being, is what you're going to manifest your kingdom will be, right? Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. Yeah, because that's your will. Meaning free will is your freedom of choice. You can choose to react and how you react and act to the circumstances. And your perception that you're looking through will always be the perception that you are acting in, because it's what your awareness of being is, right? So like um, that in that album that I just saw in this music at the NF, perception, he's locked in a cage. Well, that's a perception. That's what the ego does. It tries to lock you in a cage by comparing yourself. You're always comparing, right? In the Bible it says, "Let us create man in our image." Let us is the our image is the image of the ego. That's what that is talking about. So when you're born, you're programmed, right? You come from the divine, and then you are programmed, and this program is what makes the persona, or the state, or the self, right? Well, if that self is created in the ego and represents that persona, right, and it's not truth, well, it doesn't matter, because that's going to express itself. So what you go through is you go through the Old Testament, right, which is the ego, and then you experience ego, you learn that, and then you go to the New Testament, which is the consciousness, or conscious, right? The unconscious and the conscious, the ego and the spiritual, right? Then you become a new being as you go to the Godhead, which is the mind, the perception of the mind, right? As I think, as a man thinketh, so shall he be, right? And that's what that is talking about. So I'm getting huge about perception right now. and how are you looking at the world. Also about being yourself. I'll go deeper into it. So I'm getting watch patterns. There's patterns around that are happening, and like some of you guys are able to see that there's something. There is free will, meaning, but you only have free will if you're aware of your unconscious programmings. If you're not aware of it, then you are mostly going to react based out of programming. Free will is caring, or freedom of choice, making choice freely, not unprogrammed, not on the program side of the mind, not on the ego side of the mind, right? So it's important right now. There is changes that are coming. For the outer energy, we have North Node, which is about the future, and the Uranus, which is about change. So I'm getting some type of changes. And with this third eye here, it's about change of perception. Change of perception that is going to change your physical reality, right? This man of coin here is telling me that it's going to change your physical reality. Oh, wow. Say this song, Illuminate. Yeah. See what I mean? Because the illumination of the ego, the balancing that is happening. So you're able to, because the balancing will take place once you shift your perception, right? And you start calling out by shining the light on the shadow, which is the ego, then a balancing starts to occur. And that's what's happening in our lives and in the collective. So, yeah, you're going to see, because a lot of things are built on ego, right? The whole world, the God of this world is the ego. It's not that people are doing things like, there's an evil force. It's not that it's just the ego. It's that consciousness, that level of state of being, the awareness of being that's in the collective is been created based on that ego. And because the ego has created this reality, now you're going to see some things that are going to have to, eventually, I feel like there's a balance and that's going to take place, and there's going to be an awakening. But I can't say that that's exactly how it's going to be, because all I know is I can only take care of myself. What is going on outside of me, right? I can't control that, but I can control how I react and act to it. And that is the key to freedom and free will. All right, so let's check it. Let's read the Uranus energy here. I hope that made sense, you guys. I feel like it's important for all of you. All right, so Uranus acts like a cosmic clutch. It takes us out of one gear and, after some chaos, shifts us into a new one. Uranus is the modern co-ruler of Aquarius and takes 84 years to round the zodiac. Uranus was the first planet we discovered once the telescope broke the boundary of known solar system, and coincided with the Industrial Revolution, when many technical and cultural assumptions broke apart. It embodies difference and eccentricity, eccentricity, eccentric if I'm saying that right, as it rotates in the opposite direction of most other planets, and at an approximate right angle to them, with one pole pointing toward the sun. Action. Surprise or be surprised. Be ready to shift gears. It's time to experiment and try a fresh approach or new road entirely. If your life were a garden, now will be the time to scatter handfuls of diverse seeds, water them all, see what grows robustly, and weed the rest later. Urgent anxiety can be a symptom of Uranian restlessness, so rather than just flailing about it, look for the root cause and ask what change would actually solve the problem. What looks like a disaster may bring in a wild opportunity. If you are thrown a sudden or shocking change, assume that you are being tossed out of the nest into a potentially heroic journey. Chaos can be an important catalyst, an unnerving moment caught between forms. The discomfort allows and propels you to transform. Become your most authentic, eccentric self. You are just what is needed. Uranus also encourages technical upgrades and a cutting edge approach, whether that means acquiring new equipment or new skill. So I'm getting there is going to be some change here, but it's the inner change is what I'm really truly getting, because of this third eye, which tells me about perception. And it's not consequently that the song that first played was NF's album Perception, right? And it's a reminder, remember this. Yeah, remember that what the perception that you look through is always what is going to happen. So I feel for some of you, there's a huge change in perception, which is then going to increase your life force, right? The solar plexus, which is also to the sun, which stuck out to me here when it said it says it embodies difference and eccentricity as it rotates in the opposite direction of most other planets and at an approximate right angle to them with one pole pointing towards the sun. Right. And at that time, I got a download, which is ancient wisdom, what Leonardo da Vinci was doing with the Vitruvian Man, and then also with the Pyramid of Giza, right? The King's Court, the upper court, that is a body. So if you look at the planets and you watch how the planets move, it is also a reflection of how the energy moves inside the body, inside the human body. So each, yeah, and I know that this is that I know for facts I'm being shown this stuff because the circle of 12, the zodiac, is you. It's you. And like, I don't know how to explain all of it, you guys, but I just know that I'm being shown, right? Because the solar plexus here, the right angle towards the sun. Yeah, okay. But in the biggest essence that I'm seeing here is that there is a change of perception. This perception is causing some changes. I'm also getting some huge changes are happening in the future. And if you look at this too, it looks like a clock, right? In this Uranus thing, it looks like a clock. It looks like the circle, the zodiac here, right? And it looks like 9:30 or something, something like that. Maybe that some of you guys are watching this and it's 9:30. That just stuck out to me. But it's about perception so that you can manifest what you desire. It's also about speaking and being your truth here. All right, the challenge. Uranus electrifies. It may feel like your finger is stuck in an electrical socket. You are anxious to change, but you can spin your wheels until you shift into the new gear. Yeah, so like sometimes the fears and sometimes those urgency feelings that you're getting is to cause a movement. That's that outer energy. This is the astrology energy that is affecting you. You're feeling it within you, right? All right, the gift. Prepare for an extraordinary leap. Shocking circumstances can force you to engage gifts you didn't know you had and help you transform. You are not those external attributes in transformation. You will not dissolve. A caterpillar is still internally the same creature once it becomes a butterfly. Beautiful. And this song right here, Lost. You're not lost. Okay? Some of you guys may feel like you're lost, but the truth is you're not lost. That's the perception, okay? What is that? Yeah. All right. And the name Liv could be something important to you, okay? That person Liv that you're dealing with feels lost. Now you know. And don't judge them either because they're in the ego. So the ego gets offended by everybody because the ego says that person is not part of me and that person is a part of you, okay? That perception is the change that's needing. That's how you're going to have success. That's how you'll have more life force energy here. That's what they're talking about. All right, North Node. North Node is all about future. So the North Node or ascending node represents a place the soul longs to be, where fate beckons. This is uncharted territory. You don't have a map. The North Node calls you to territory that doesn't have a particular charge and can either be an exciting exploration or start off a bit bland and become more satisfying as you proceed. The lunar nodes are the points on the zodiac where the moon's orbit crosses the ecliptic. When the moon, sun, and earth exactly line up here, a shadow mysteriously, wow, covers the sun or moon and creates an eclipse. The ancients thought a giant creature cast those shadows and referred to the nodes as the head and the tail of a dragon. The point where the moon heads north is called the north node, and the dragon's head and calls you forward. Action. Think about where you'd like to be and what you'd like to be doing in 10 years and make this a beacon that guides you through the time in between. Notice what that piques your curiosity. That's something that excites and beckons you even if it's unfamiliar. Practice beginner's mind and learn the basics. Some people may resist your change and tell you to stay in your lane, but that is just their discomfort talking. Advisors, friends, or employees who were once perfect for you may no longer be the companions you need on this fresh path. If they truly wish the best for you, they will eventually celebrate as your world expands. If your field of expertise feels too small or confined, branch out and explore new territory. Along this path are people you need to meet and situations that push you out of your comfort zone and call you to your soul's growth. So I just posted today about how change is inevitable. So you can either flow with change or you can resist it by trying to control change, right? If you don't, all change is required, action is going to be required. The thing when you flow, you take action as you're guided to do so. When you're not flowing, action is going to be manifested to push you, right? So what I'm getting here is being your authentic self, being true to your being, to true to yourself, and shining the light on the shadow part of your being. You know, give you a good example. I was talking to someone today, and who's in recovery, and I was saying, like, if you have urges to use, right? Because in the beginning of recovery, you want to use, you have those urges and desires, but if you don't admit them, right? So if you're like trying to project out to the world that you don't have this and that everything's okay, but really on the inner dialogue that you're having, you're obsessing of the desire, right? That is not shining light onto your shadow, right? And that's what truly is happening here for many of us is we are now shining our light on our shadow, or there is a need to do so for some of you to shine that light on that shadow, on that ego. Say, wow, this is ego. This is not my true being. This isn't me at my truest form, at my essence, right? Some of you guys are also identifying yourself as your ego and like building so much guilt and shame and resentment towards yourself because you're identifying as you did something wrong when you didn't. Your true essence, your true being is not responsible. I mean, you experience that, but it's not. It was the ego. So once you realize and you awaken to your truth, your true authentic being, right? Because you were essentially the ego was reacting off the programming that you were given by your family and your family's family and your family's family and your family's family and so on and so on. It's been passed through the genetics, through the DNA, through the energy that was transferred from one family to another, right? From one generation to another. So you're waking to this programming, and that is then has to have a process of shining light. And once that light shines onto the shadow, then you're identifying that, wow, that's what's happening. And this is what I'm getting. And this is in the blockage right here, right? The challenge is the throat chakra and clarity of belief. So it goes back to what I was saying about some of you having trouble being your authentic self. This song right here, Let Me Go by NF, is all about the ego. It's talking about let the ego go, right? Let this, first of all, you have to shine light on certain parts of yourself. Some of you guys are doing things that are not aligned to your essence, to your truth. And you're doing it out of ego, out of programming. Also other of you are about your beliefs. Like you're wanting to know so much, like what's truth. But then it comes down to why do you need to know this? And really, you'll find out as you keep peeling the layer and the onions back that like you want to make sure that you're pleasing God. You're trying to become something that to feel better or so God likes you, loves you, like, to be approved, right? To be recognized. That's why a lot of us are stopping ourselves or have been because we're trying to stay in the comfort zone. But like this rate is telling you, like sometimes change is not always comfort. It's not always going to be comfortable because it's something unknown. The unknown is, and especially when you're operating from that fear, which is the ego, which is the perception that you're looking through, is what will manifest. I can see a lot of you guys are having victory over that, and this is increasing your life force energy and your confidence, and it's bringing you to a new place, okay? The challenge, it can be scary to leave familiar territory. Even people who love you may resist your evolution if it could pull you away from them. Some people try to keep you and hold you down into their structure, right? And I was saying this, like the ego tries to tell you to, to make others the way you are. Like, when I was going through my awakening, like I was telling, people they were evil and this was evil, and I was trying to get people to believe what I was believing, and like, just because I was really lacking validation. I was seeking validation, and I was literally hurting all those around me by casting stones, right? So that's for a lot of you guys, a lot of you. Gift. New beginnings dawn and your fate awaits. The path may start out with uncertainty, but it will become more solid and delicious as you progress. So for many of you guys, there is huge changes that are coming, right? Um, it's going to be a choice here. Free will. You're going to have the choice to make. Be aware of the ego and the unconscious reactions and choices that are made based on old paradigms and old truths. Watch out, because in the challenge that is there, and it's the throat chakra in reverse. In the theme, victory and success of life force. So I feel like you're expanding your awareness, right? The third eye, you're really tapped in right now. In the advice over here, we got round and message in a bottle. So like I'm essentially, it's delivering you, like you can repeat the pattern of the ego, or you can do something new. I feel like a lot of you guys are tapped in with spirit right now and you're getting downloads. Also, you could expect someone could be reaching out to you, or something like that. That I'm getting, yes, about maybe having a new beginning. This is, see, that I didn't even shuffle this. I shuffled all the other decks, but I haven't shuffled this one. And this is on the bottom for a reason, because it's about change and going a new direction, and either being foolish, right? Or being aligned to yourself. Be aware. Being control, right? For like knowing your power, or ego, right? Trying to control everything. Rejection, right? Which, or disease. It's all there. Okay? Let's see what the tarot has to say. Uh, but yeah, you guys, you guys come a long way. Like I was just saying today about how easy it is to get in that freaking loop of like not realizing how much growth we really had. Like we always are our worst critics and we judge ourselves. But if you look back and you see yourself in your past when you were really deep asleep and you had the same choice or the same opportunities come up, you're going to make different choices now. All right? But peel that onion back. Wow, see the song Reflection. And in this album, there's two sides of his face, right? It's trying to tell you, man. Wow, look. The devil, the secrets, right? Everything's getting revealed, man. All right, let's see what the cards have to say. Spirit, guides, angels, ancestors, guardians, ascended masters, all higher light energies. Please show the collective, anyone that comes across this message, Spirit, what they need to see. Please show the collective, anyone that comes across this message, what they need to see. All right. All right, at the bottom of the deck, we have Eight of Pentacles. So it's about, I can see like you're working, this is about doing the inner work. It's also about a job, and it's about having patience too within yourself, and about, some of you guys are worried about finances here, or, like what you're going to do for money. And Spirit's saying, have patience. Like I said, this is a balance, saying, I cannot make it up. Yeah, to get you on that right path here, okay? You're getting, everything's gonna be balanced out so that you're on the right path, and this inner conflict here is gonna be laid to rest, so you can have happiness. I can't make it up, man. Phew. All right, let's see what Spirit have to say. There's the change. Okay, this is the change. This is the surrender. I've been hearing the word surrender a lot, so I feel like a lot of you guys are surrendering to the ego here, right? Yeah, you're shedding old beliefs, right? This clarity of belief. You're shedding some of these deep embedded programs that are like inside of your being, your awareness, right? And you're shedding them. And it's good, because this change, this shift in perception is going to get you to a higher state of being, right? You're going to go from hopeless to hopeful, okay? So it's also that, so the devil is about manifesting, about earthly manifestation here, right? If you notice, in the star is pouring water out on the earth and into the water, okay? And this is like, what I'm getting is what you think is what you are. The awareness of being, the seven chakras, which is makes your whole being. That's why there's a huge star, is what's being manifest. So by shedding these beliefs and freeing yourself from the chains of the ego, from the chains of the old way of doing things, you are then increasing your vibration, which is then increasing your life force and your manifesting power, your free will power, because now you have clarity of choice. You have clarity on how to make the best action. Wow. See that? Yeah. This is going to get you to to the 9 of cups and more security. So you're going to have fulfillment, right? This life force energy is, you're going to be fulfilled and turning over a new leaf. So the 7 of swords is not always a bad thing. This is literally you're learning how to cut ties with your old way of being, and you become, in the end, you're becoming more resourceful here. Okay, the ego was deceiving you here. I can see it, but now it's happening is you're fully starting to realize the only enemy you have is your own being, your own inner way of thinking. Right? This is that perception. Heavily tapped in right now and getting a lot of messages from spirit. I really feel like for whoever this is that resonates with this, you're going to have a lot of valuable information that's going to come in from your higher self if you tap into that. The perception, the third eye, whatever you're looking at is what you're going to receive. So some of you guys, I'm going to be honest with you, are going to get some deception, okay? You're going to get deception by the ego. So unless you walk away from the way of looking at this world and shedding your old beliefs, right? That if you don't, then you're going to get that perception, and that's what's going to manifest here, okay? So you have a choice. Round and round you go, the same patterns and choices, or you can heed the message in a bottle and you can listen to the truth and make that choice. It's either way, you have two choices here, okay? Two choices. Two choices, two cups. Again, two choices. It's no matter what, they all affect, it has within. This is the Queen of Wands. This is confidence. This is energy. This is vibration. Someone who knows their power. That's how balance. I cannot make it up here. It's right there. Everything is all, you see it. Everything is being brought to you. The Four of Cups is the hand of God. Everything is coming to you based on what you are. This is the true meaning of this card, right? I don't know. I've been really tapped in the last few days. It's because I shifted. Spirit's doing it for me. My awareness of being is shifting. So I'm able to see that there's different meanings about these cards. I noticed this earlier. I was like, wow, I can really see now what is happening and what's being said here. Okay. I want to add, some of you guys are dealing with a Capricorn. You either have Capricorn in your chart or you have Aquarius, or both in your chart. Okay. That's confirmation for somebody here. I know this situation, okay? For some of you guys, there may be needing to, so I'm just going to go from an ego way of looking at it because I have to. Some of you guys are wanting to let go of something or someone here, okay? I have to be real. But what I just said about, exactly what I just said about the ego, okay? I was channeling there, so I can't even recall exactly how I said it. But let's see what the future outcome is. See, you're going to have a choice either way. You can be foolish, or you can take the journey and go a leap of faith with innocence, right? Or you can be the ego and be foolish. Either way, you have a choice. All right, Spirit, let's see what the future outcome, what's the most likely outcome of this reading, Spirit? Guides, angels. Look, let me go. Yeah, let this ego go. And some of you guys, this may be a person that you may need to let go because you guys, like it said in this card here, that some of you guys are not aligned to somebody anymore. That they're not serving you and you're not serving them. Sometimes it does happen. You know, people grow. Especially if you get in a relationship before you go through an awakening, right? That's the truth. So I'm not telling you what to do either. All I'm telling you is being your authentic self, being truthful to who you are, and believing that you are truly able to have everything you desire. It's going to be brought to you. Just don't be focused on how it's going to be brought to you. Just know that it's going to come, and then watch. Be watchful. Stand guard at the gate of your mind. Okay? Don't push thoughts out there that are going against that belief. All right, let's see what the future outcome is. Higher learning, more wisdom, more stability, commitment to yourself here, and a new beginning. Wow. Definitely feeling more complete and whole. The world definitely working for you. You're realizing that, yeah, and action will be required. Action's always going to be required, okay? Be aware, though, there may be some action here, something to do with cancer has just stuck out to me, okay? But then, remember, just moving forward, having willpower and determination. This is a card of care, right? Which is the G, and the Freemason symbol means the God principle, right? Which is talking about care. What you direct your will in is what's going to manifest, okay? So I'm getting like a new commitment to yourself, a leap of faith, more wholesome, seeing the world working for you, taking passionate action, and directing your will towards stability. And this could be about money and finances here, okay? Yeah, you're going to see clarity too. All right, let's see. Yeah, see, awareness of being. So a shift in your awareness of being, that's what this true essence of that card is, the magician, which is your awareness, okay? You're shifting this. A change is happening. A balancing. I can't make it up, man. More confidence. Strength, willpower. Wow, yeah, see, the choice, it's like you can see it from two places. So this kind of landed out reverse, and I'm going to tell you what this is, right? This is saying you have a choice. You notice how there's two people here, right? And they're a woman and a man. There's feminine and masculine. It's unconscious and conscious. It's ego and spiritual. That mind, that choice. What is a sun? What is a Leo? The Leo reverse represents the ego. It's a balancing, realizing that you are manifesting by your awareness of being, right? Making the choice not off this ego here. Okay? Because this is both ways. It's about being confident and acting from the spiritual mind, staying positive, knowing that everything is brought to you by your awareness of being here, and cutting free from those chains. It tells you that no, the world's against me, or that you don't have power, you're powerless, when really you're so powerful. See? Choice. Opt from the subconscious mind, okay, the unconscious, the programming, or from the truth, knowing that you have the wand, and the Ace of Wands and the Magician, the awareness of being, so that you can manifest a new beginning here, or transition, right, into calmer waters. Invent. Oof. Wow, this song right here, let go. Again, event. See what I mean? There is going to be some type of gifts. There's a gift. There's going to be a gift that's given to once you shift this being. This is about awareness of being shifting. Yeah, and realizing that God, Spirit, is bringing everything to you. Seriously. Look. Being and I'm getting communicating with Spirit right now. It's heavy. Yeah. Look, transition. I can't make this up, man. Honesty, being true to your morals and your values, right? We've been talking about that the last few days. 33:27 on the clock, right? Right here, this throat chakra. Some of you guys need to ask yourself, what do you believe? What is your morals? What's your values, right? What are you holding yourself accountable to? How are you perceiving others in the world? What are you basing their judgments on? Is it coming from the ego, or is it coming from the heart? Is it coming from the spiritual side of the mind or the intellect? There needs to be a balance. That's another thing too, is the two of all these twos, right? You see how there's two of lovers here, and then there's the devil, which is also the two. This is the ego. This is the spiritual mind. You see that? You see the things that are happening here? There's always two, because there's always two perceptions, two, right? It's really what it is. There's two people walking away. That's how it is, man. Everything is being brought to us. It is our choice. Our free will is a freedom of choice. Okay? Let's read the advice. Round and round means like, I'll just read it. And you guys, you can figure it. You can see what I'm talking about. All right. 20. The number 25, which is number 7, and I've seen that over and over. So 7 to me is about a completion. Because there's 7 days in a week. It's about fulfillment. It's about, It's also, you could be life path number 7. It means more too. I just, what's what came to mind. All right, round around. The spiral quality of events when a lesson isn't quite integrated. Cycles you are challenged to break. Revisiting a pattern from a new perspective. There it is. Revisiting a pattern from a new perspective. Remember, you're not powerless, you're powerful. So nothing is happening to you, everything's happening for you. But if you are playing the victim, you're always going to react as a victim. And if you react as a victim, you're going to keep propagating that victim role. And that's going to keep playing out in your life. The world's not against you. It's not black and white, okay? There's an ego and then there's a spiritual. There's a truth and then there's a lie at the same time. There's a polarity. So you're going to have free will, but you're also going to have the opposite of it because there's outer energy as well. All right, the Oracle's message. The appearance of this card is a reminder that although it may appear that you've gone backward, the truth is that you are standing at a higher level, looking down into your circumstances. You will learn something, do something better, and break a cycle set up in the past. You actually have a bird's eye view of your initial footprints and can access the wisdom and lessons learned. And there's that message. See what I mean? You're getting higher self wisdom right now. Truth. That's what Spirit's showing us, is we're getting higher self wisdom. I just said this today about how easy it is, because we're our own worst critics, to not see our growth. But the thing is, I want you to really sit back after this reading. Hopefully all you guys are watching this because it's a very powerful reading, and you're asking these questions and you're looking back at the situations and really giving yourself a pat on the back because you've done a lot and you've come so far. Relationship message. Are you wondering, how did I get here again? Does something feel familiar right now in your dynamics with others? Maybe a little too familiar. Don't be surprised that you found yourself repeating an old story with the same sort of person who may not look similar, but who attracted you because of your easy acquaintance with his or her qualities. Your relationship is a mix of what is good and what is potentially challenging. You have been drawn to this person through the perfection of Spirit's plan for your evolution. You may have circled back to an accustomed spot, a familiar place, but that's fine as you get to do things again, only different this time, for you learned something of great value since the last time around. How will you choose to behave now that you are aware? Remain curious and stay out of the blame game. And I cannot make that up. That's exactly. And I didn't read this, you guys, before doing this. I've seen this card before, but I don't remember everything. I channel it. I don't even know what I'm going to name this reading right now, okay? To be honest with you, it's probably perception or something like that, okay? There is somebody here that you may have been dealing with, I'm going to say, that may be realizing they were repeating something as well. That's for somebody, because it popped into my mind, so I'm going to say that. Also, you may have, yeah, there is, it could be an Aquarius that you know that are realizing their tendency. Also, there could be an Aquarius who's very attracted to you, because this Devil and this Nine of Cups is telling me like very sexually driven attraction. All right, I have to be real. That's what I see here. Okay. Also, could be dealing with a Leo who maybe was with a Gemini or something like that. You could be a Leo with Gemini in your chart. I mean, I'm just going what Spirit shows me here. Doesn't have to, let's not fixate on the signs, but they are sticking out to me all of a sudden. So there's something there about that, okay? Maybe something about somebody coming out of the woodworks and saying something to you or gifting you with something. I don't know. Prosperity message. If you're in a scenario that appears to be an echo of something that's already happened in the past in your work life, it's because you're being invited to see what you couldn't see before. This is a perfect time for you to look at the deeper motives you have and your attraction to the opportunities and people who have entered your life to be a part of your journey to prosperity. Who helps you navigate? Who sabotages you? Who supports you? What are the familiar signs and your responses to them? When you find yourself in a repeat of a pattern of the past, it's a good time to get a coach or mentor who can help you see what you can't on your own. Repeat what works, not what doesn't. Then you will free yourself from the old cycles and seas going round and round. So, you guys, like, I learned a lot because I've experienced a lot from a very young age. I've experienced that shadow and I've experienced the light. And I'm a projector human design I have been awake. Okay, I'm no different than any one of you guys. You have all these abilities because you have the potential to bring things into your awareness just as much as I do. I'm not better or worse. There is an indifference there. I don't compare. okay? But if you are needing a mentor, if you need somebody, then I do offer services. I will life coach people, okay? And of course, my time is valuable, but I do see things from a different perspective. And sometimes that's all we really truly need is a different perspective, right? And I'm not trying to be a millionaire. I want to help people, okay? So if it's something, reach out to me, email, okay? It may take me some time to respond to a normal, just regular email, but I will respond when I can, okay? Like, I'm here to help. I'm here to be a guide. And that stuck out to me. And I feel some of you guys would benefit from having a mentor and being really honest with yourself through that mentor. Protection message. Are you refusing to see your own personal responsibility for repeating lessons you don't need to relearn? You have to surrender now to the fact that you are the common denominator in all these repeat performances. Be happy, for this is a wonderful spot to be in. You can now see the cycles that you wish to exit. Once you figure out what you have the power to stop going round and round, or that you have the power to stop going round and round, you possess the key to your freedom. Be good to yourself. It's not about blame, it's about accountability. You can have the abundant life filled with love and prosperity that Spirit so wants for you. It's funny because this is everything that I have been seeing these patterns, okay? The patterns in my own life, right? And I've been calling them out, shining the light in the shadow. But I'm seeing the patterns in like music that is being released or books that are being released at the same time. Like how at this time of the year during Libra season, what is being talked about is there's a pattern of it, right? And it's because there is an outer energy at play that is being expressed. I hope that makes sense. All right, message in a bottle. Number 15, which is the number 6, which is about harmony, balance, coming into harmony with yourself, your true self. 15, here we go. Message in a bottle. Essential meaning: communication, a sign, a kledon, the ancient name for a spontaneous oracle delivered innocently by the speaker, pointing the way to your highest good. There's that message, see? There is the higher self and the ego. And the higher self is coming through you guys and guiding you. Are you listening? You have free will means you have freedom of choice. Wow, street lights, right as this song. I cannot make it up. Look, street lights. See what I mean? The light, the higher self is guiding you guys. I channel through music. I know you guys know, and yes, I know some of it can be scary, but it's not scary because it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It truly is. All right. The oracle's message: Spirit sends you signs when you ask for them. When you believe, you will receive them, and when you allow yourself to become fluent in the language of symbols, oracles, and omens. They may come to you as a bird flying by, a logo on a truck, a song on the radio. Expect confirmation that you're pointed in the right direction. Keep your ears open, for someone might say just the right thing that you will give you the answer to your query. Today, your message is this: Spirit hears you, and the reply is favorable. I was just talking about this earlier. Like, really, the language, you guys, it's everywhere. It is everywhere. And you're always being guided. Believe what you believe, what's in your awareness of being, is what you're going to see. Relationship message: you can expect someone to favor you with positive news. This could be in a form of a letter, phone call, or email. You are the intended receiver of this message, so stay open to what you learn. Only good will come of it in the end. The signs are all there. Like I said, there could be somebody you're getting a gift from or a message. Prosperity message: you are on target with your purpose and your passion. You are coming into alignment with your destiny, and Spirit wants you to know that you are on the right track. Expect a call, a new opportunity, or a message from an old friend or business contact that will lead you closer to your dreams and greatest desires. Spirit has been listening to you. And you've been listening to Spirit, the higher self. Protection message: are you refusing to acknowledge the signs because you want things as you want them? Red flags are not pretty decorations for you to admire. They are warning you for a reason. If something doesn't sit right with you, trouble could be hiding in the bushes. Don't ignore the signs. Spirit always has your best interests at heart and will draw your attention to what you are overlooking. Now, I'm going to say with that, remember what you focus on is what you're going to get. So if you're looking for red flags, they will appear. And if they do, if you're not and they appear, then address them. You know what I mean? It's for your protection. You don't have to go and tell everybody. I'm learning to hold back. Like, this is my outlet. So I created this YouTube channel, right? So I will freely speak because that's the intention. I know it's going to be received by whoever it's meant to. But I'm not, I'm stopping, I'm waiting for the invitation to share. And instead of just giving free information, I ask, do you mind if I give you advice? And once I ask, the invitation then can come. So if you're a projector that's always waiting for an invitation, guess what? You can ask. And by asking, that is a form of asking for the invitation. They can choose yes or no. How they choose, then the invitation's made. All right? That's how it can be done. But I don't remember everything I said now. So I really hope this is sticking out to you guys. Let's do the angel guidance, the angel answers here, and close out this reading. If you have a yes or no question, it's a time to ask. If you have a time-related question, it's also the time to ask. Remember, these are collective readings, so some of it may be for you, none of it may be for you, all of it may be for you. You have to use your own discernment. That includes these answers, okay? So spirit, guides, angels, ancestors, guardians, ascended masters, all higher light energies, please show the beautiful collective, anyone that comes across this message, what they need to see. Please answer their questions now, Spirit. The song Better. Yeah, see? You are definitely much better than you were, and you're just getting better and better and better. Things are just getting better for you, not worse. And remember, if things are feeling like they're getting worse for you, there's something there that needs to be a light shined on. Sometimes change is so uncomfortable. It doesn't feel right. And that's why, if you're fighting a change, if something you want is something different in your life but not doing anything about it, it's going to be uncomfortable. A year from now, choose a new direction. This is like what I'm talking about, the new direction of mind, a new perception. Okay? Some of you guys may need to choose a new job, a new relationship. Like, you know what I mean? For some of you, it is. I have to be real. Helpful people. Don't feel like you need to fix people either. Like you need to stick in a relationship because it's your duty and it's your job. It's your job to be truthful and be your authentic self. Recovery. So some of you guys, you guys are going into recovery or you're being in recovery right now. But I'm also getting, because the truth is, what you lose during your karmic lessons, right? Once you close out that cycle, it all is returned to you tenfold. And that's what's happening here. This is a recovery process. Also recovering your true essence, your authentic self from the ego. You're going into the higher self. Be assertive. Okay? Where you're directing your energy. Remember, what you focus on is what's going to grow. So focus on the truth and the beauty of your magnificence. This is what I got for you guys. I hope it resonates. Please let me know in the comment box. I appreciate all the comments. Thank you guys. If you'd like to have a mentor, right? A life coach. If you need guidance, I'm here. If you like a private reading, which is also a guidance, okay? It's a great time. Honestly, it's like, I don't know, something shifted in my being, so I'm tapped in, and I've been tapped in anyway, but I mean, it's like different, okay? I'm just being real. Go ahead and email me. Oh, excuse me. In the description box, my email address is there. I'd love to hear from you guys. If you can donate to the channel, thank you guys. I appreciate it. $5, $10, $20, you guys. It really does help me stay motivated. I'm going to be doing more zodiac sign readings here. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, I want you guys to know I love and appreciate all of you. I truly do. From my sacred heart to your sacred heart, I am sending you so much love. Namaste.